It's everything. Can you imagine that somebody who is completely isolated, lost, shunned by the community? You know, those people, they live day by day just to get the meal for the day. Nothing else matters. There are other things that they could do for themselves. They don't see it because they are focused only on getting the meal for the day. So you have to address everything. So in the CLM program, you know, unlike other places where they do that, the case manager has to learn a whole lot of things because we don't have any kind of government programs, you know, to accompany those people. So we have to do everything. So you have to, it's a package deal. I call it a plat complet. So everything, you have to look at every aspect of their life in order for you to get them out, because you can't leave anything out. First, they don't have any confidence in themselves. They don't even believe that they exist as a human being, because they believe that, you know, whatever they say doesn't matter at all. So they just hide themselves, and people abuse them too, because since they cannot defend themselves, they survive as a day laborer sometimes. Sometimes they work, they don't get paid. Sometimes all they get is just a bushel of something, and they take it home so they can feed their kids. The most important thing is to try to get them to believe in themselves, to build confidence so they can begin to move out, so they can realize that they can do things for themselves. If not, they're not going to succeed. This is the most difficult part about the program, you know, to get in their mind, to have them start thinking differently. You know, they've been living in this kind of condition for so long, it's like it's second nature to them. So to get them out and show them that they can live differently, it's a lot of work. But we do get them out of there. Well, we include them once they are selected in the program, for the program. We come to announce, we go to them and tell them that, you know, you're going to be part of a program that's going to help you get out of the situation that you are living in. A lot of times they look at us like, you know, what are you talking about? You know, who am I for you to come and tell me I'm going to participate in this kind of program? This is the kind of thing that you see in their eyes. But since nobody ever invite them into anything, so they say yes. But once you invite them for come to training, because as part of the program we do transfer to them some assets, some basic assets to help them, you know, generate revenue. So this is at that time we tell them, you know, to choose, you know, from the list that we have. And a lot of time they will tell you, choose for me. I mean, they can't make up their mind, but we have to help them, you know, choose themselves based on the environment where they are in. So automatically, before we give them the assets, we invite them for training. We give them two assets. They have 3 training days for each asset before we give it to them. Once the training is over, we start with the case manager's visit, because they have a visit a week. That time, the case manager will go to their house and continue with the education process, with the training, and with the accompaniment and problem solving, teaching them how to solve the problem. So the case manager is a key in getting them out of the situation that they are in. So the case manager works with them once a week until, you know, they start moving forward. You begin to see some changes around 6 months in the program. And this is what we also have in the program right now. At 6 months, we have we do an evaluation. We call it a fast and slow climber evaluation. So you can see the people that are responding quickly and the one that are dragging behind. You can separate them so you could see where you can concentrate your efforts. Because some people do move faster than others. One thing we realize is that you have people that fall into extreme poverty because of some shocks or something in the family. Somebody has been sick for a while, they had to sell everything, they lost everything. So those are the people who move faster because they are in the habit of having things before, but they fall into extreme poverty. Usually the fast climbers are usually them. But the people who've been in extreme poverty for so long, for generations, it takes them longer, to adapt and to accept the fact that we are there to help them, move forward. The children are no better. What I see in the field a lot of times is that you will see the children of those women living in extreme poverty. They will be out there hanging around. Sometimes you see them hanging around other people's houses. You know why they are hanging around there? They're waiting when the food is ready. So if somebody will be kind enough, to offer them a plate of food. Sometimes those people don't have enough to give to other people, but some people do give them a plate of food. They don't go to school, they walk around bare feet, sometimes half naked. They lost themselves, the kids. In the program, we organize it so they can send the kids to school. Many of those kids, 10, 11, 12, this is the first time they're going to school, to a classroom. They usually see other kids going there. There's a particular case, there's this kid I remember, is 15 years old. He always wanted to go to school, but he used to go and hang out around the school because going to school for him it's a social gathering because he was excluded from all that. So it was very exciting for him. He always wanted to go, but he couldn't. But once his mother got into the program, we had this guy going to school. I mean, that was the most exciting things for him. So he became everybody's friend because, it was something for him. The kids, kids, you can't evaluate their state of mind. They are just adapt to their own environment, where whatever happens, in the environment, and that's it. They are molded into it, but they quickly. They are ready to go to the new things because they realize automatically it's better for them. They know that. Definitely, definitely. Imagine somebody who was lost. Nobody cared about you, and you are just there. And when they are in the program, when they become part of the program, the first thing I tell them, you are no longer alone. We are there for you. We're going to be there for you. We're going to help you solve your problems and teach you how to solve your problems in the future because we're going to be there for you. We're going to be there with you for 18 months. And during that 18 months, you're going to learn how to solve your problem. You're going to have to learn to deal and prepare for the future. And to tell them that we are there for you. And showing them that. At the beginning, the first 3 months, they are somewhat, skeptical since nobody ever cares about them. Nobody ever did anything for them. So now you're telling them you are there for them, you're going to help them, you're going to do all that. They're a little skeptical until, they realize that you are there for real. You are there for sure. You are there to help them. And then they start spilling all the problems on you, for you to solve it. But it's not that we helping them solve it, teaching them how to solve their problems. And that begins to, and that they begin to realize that they are human beings, they are real, and people do care about them. So they begin to care about themselves. You know, when people don't care about you, you don't care about yourself. You look at yourself that, you know, nobody cares about me, so I may not be worth anything. So we switch that, we change that, make them think that you are something, you are worth a while, you are somebody, you can accomplish anything like anybody else. So that begins to make them think that, oh, I can do this. And once they do something positive and you reinforce that, and they realize, oh, I did this. And they begin to think, and they begin to, each time they do something, they realize that they can do it, they can do it. And that they begin to think, they can move forward. They begin to look at the future. And that puts hope in them. And we make them realize that, you know, their children don't have to follow the same path they did. So things can be better for their kids. Now then they begin to start thinking about, oh, yes, my kids can get better. They can do better and all those things. And that each things that they accomplish in the program, it's a plus. It keeps pushing them forward and forward and forward until, you know, the past is in the past. And they just begin to look forward. Now they are looking toward tomorrow. Things they can do better tomorrow. Their kids can get better and all those things. They're making plans. This is it. This is what it is about. Before I told you that they used to live just day by day, just to get the meal for the day. But as they move through the program, as they get into the 12 months in the program, they begin to make plans for the future, and they are hopeful that the future, there's a future. You know, things could be better in the future for themselves and their family. So this is the thing, to restore dignity and have hope where people restore hope where people were hopeless. You know, that's to me is extremely important in the program. And they themselves, they tell you that. They tell you that. I mean, some stories that they will tell you, you know, how people used to perceive them in their community, and now people are coming to them for advice or coming to borrow things from them. That's really tremendous.